Hey guys, welcome back. So this is a continuation of the last session. So we have started the OOPS concept in the last session. So just a quick recap what we have done. So first of all, we have introduced what is OOPS concept. So basically we have started with the definition, and then we have seen some of the terms that are basically used in OOPS concept, like class, objects, attributes and methods. And one by one we have seen what is all of these terms about, and we have also seen how we can create a class. So class is actually a blueprint for creating different objects. So we have seen the syntax of defining a class, like taking the rule for naming the class, then how we can define different attributes, like how we can initialize the attributes using init method. So you can see this is the syntax for creating a class. So using that class keyword, we give the class name, then we define a special method that is called init method, inside which we have arguments. Or yes, there is one thing that we have missed in the last session, like I just messed up with the arguments and parameters terms. Thanks to someone who has just mentioned that thing, like you can change interchangeably, but if you precisely want to know that what is the argument difference between argument and parameters, so what happens when you actually define a functions or any methods, so whatever the variable that you are passing here, that is called parameter. And then when you call that function or method, and then when you pass the values, that is called arguments. So that is the basic difference between them, but it doesn't matter, just concept need to be clear, and these are just terms that are used. Then we have also seen how we can create different objects using that class. That means if you have created that blueprint, using that blueprint you can create many objects. Like we have created two objects, object 1, object 2. So how you can create, just call the class name and then pass the value of those parameters, or you can say attributes that you have defined, and then you can just get the attributes values using that dot and the attribute that you have defined. So on every object, whichever object you want, like object 1 dot company, that means you want the value of that company attribute in object 1. So object 1 is the car class having this value, so it will return just company name, that is Tata. Similarly, you can just try out object 1, object 1, object 2 and different attributes that you have defined. And then we have seen one thing, that whatever the attributes or methods that you are defining, that should be only applied on the objects of that class in which you have defined those attributes. Like in car class you have defined the attributes ना, company name, mileage. So आप अगर car class में ये सारे attributes define किए हो, so if you are creating any object that belongs to car class, then you can just call those attributes. Otherwise you won't be able to apply those attributes on other objects that are created from different class. Like for example what we have seen कि अगर दो चीज़ें हैं like list and string, so string में आप अगर dot sort method लगाओगे, it will give an error कि there is no any attributes belongs to string object. So string object जो है वो string class से आपने string object कैसे create किया, string 1 is equal to abc. So this is one object that you have created and it belongs to which class, string class. अब string class में जो भी सारे attributes and method define किए गए होंगे, आप वही सिर्फ अप्लाई कर सकते हो. So dot sort, if you are applying dot sort, that means it is not actually defined in a string class. So अगर ये method उसमें define ही नहीं हुआ है और attribute भी नहीं है, so it will give an error definitely. But if you apply the same thing on list, you can see if I just apply the same thing on list, it is working and it will just sort the things. Why it is working? Because in list class this dot sort method has been defined. That is why if I am creating a list 1 object that belongs to list class, you can just apply dot sort method. Similarly, you can't apply dot count on any integer, but you can apply that dot count on list. It will return the value. Now in this session we are going to discuss about the methods that are used in class. So methods, as I said, that it is a special function that are defined inside a class. So let's directly jump into an example so that it will be more clear. So I am defining a circle class. So you can see the syntax of defining a class, just a class keyword, then the class name, it should start with a capital letter. So you can see circle start with a capital letter. Then you have to just initialize the attributes. And how you can initialize the attributes? Using that special method called init method. So def init and one compulsory parameter, that is self, and then there is another parameter that is called radius equals to 1. So along with the parameter you are just passing the value of that parameter also. So you can see radius equals to 1, that means along with the radius parameter you are just passing the value, that means you are fixing the value of that radius equals to 1. Now you have to just initialize the radius like self dot radius equals to radius, and then you can also give another attribute self dot area equals to the definition of area is what, pi r square, that means 3.1 into radius into radius. Now one thing you have to notice here, that why I am not passing it here like area also, like area is again a property which I am giving. So why I am not passing it here? Why I am not passing? Because you can see if you are initializing the area attribute, you can see that what is the formula of area, 3.14, that means pi r square. So r is what, actually radius, and you have already defined that radius as a attribute of that class. Now remember one thing, when you are defining any attributes that are dependent on attributes that you have already defined, that means area attribute अगर आप define कर रहे हो and it is depending on what, radius, and radius पहले से आप define कर चुके हो, so you not need to provide that attribute again. That means you need not to provide that area as a parameter here. That means you not need to provide area as a parameter here, because ये radius पर dependent है and radius you have already passed it here. So what you can do, just self dot area equals to the formula of area. Now until here what you are doing, defining a class and you are just initialize the attributes. Now after that, if you are defining any other functions, like this was a special function, but now if you are defining any other function like other than this one init function, this is called any method. That means अगर आप कोई भी फंक्शन डिफाइन कर रहे हो क्लास के अंदर एक्सेप्ट दिस इनिट मेथड, देन वो क्या हो जाता है, ये मेथड हो जाता है. सो दिस इज़ कॉल्ड एक्चुअली मेथड. सो एज आई सेड कि है ही नहीं कुछ मेथड में, सेम चीज़ है फंक्शन, बट क्योंकि ये क्लास के अंदर है इसको मेथड बोल देते हैं. लाइक व्हाट आर द मेथड दैट यू आर डिफाइनिंग, फर्स्ट इज द सेट रेडियस. सो सेट रेडियस इज़ व्हाट, एज द नेम सजेस्ट, हम ये फंक्शन डिफाइन कर रहे हैं और मेथड डिफाइन कर रहे हैं टू सेट द रेडियस ऑफ द सर्कल. दैट मीन्स इनिशियली जब आपने एट्रीब्यूट्स को डिफाइन किया था, दैट मीन्स इनिशियली जब आपने एट्रीब्यूट्स को इनिशियलाइज किया था, तो यू हैव एक्सप्लिसिटली पास द वैल्यू ऑफ दैट parameter radius equals to 1. Now if you want to change that radius of the circle, what you can do, you can just define another function or method inside that class. So you can see def, then set radius is the name of that method, then self the compulsory parameter, then new radius, that means this is the value of the new radius that you will pass. So when you will be calling that method, then you will be passing the value of that new radius. So what will happen if you pass that value self dot radius equals to new radius, that means जो भी आप नया वैल्यू पास करोगे that will be assigned to the radius attribute. So initially when you have initialized the attribute, you have a radius attribute. So the value of that attribute was actually fixed to 1, but when you call that set radius, this is the statement that it is going to call, and it will just change the value of the radius to new radius. Again, since radius has been changed, area should be also changed. So you have to again redefine the area attribute as 3.14 into new radius, not the old one. Then the third method, which is get circumference. That means if you want to get the circumference of your circle, so the circumference of a circle is what, 2 pi r. So you have to just return the value 2 into pi into r. Now why I am not passing any parameter here in get circumference method, just a self parameter? Because radius is already initialized, radius equals to 1, or if you want to change that radius, you will also able to change that radius. So if the radius is already defined, you have to just get the circumference. You need not to pass again the value of that radius. So what you can do, just return 2 pi r. So 2 into 3.14 into self dot radius. That you need to remember that you cannot do directly radius. Why? Because radius, if you just pass that radius here, it will say that it is undefined. Because if you pass self dot radius, then it will identify that init method, and in that method whatever the radius is there, it will just call that. Or if you have just call that set radius method, so self dot radius will be actually new radius, and that will be replaced here. So let's see, we are just defining it, and then what we are doing, after defining any class, what you do, you create object out of that class. So you have to create object of that class. That means C, let's say C is the object which I am creating. Whatever the name you want, you can give that. And then circle, which is the class name, and in parenthesis you have to pass the arguments, that means the value of those parameters. Now since you can see that radius is already defined to 1, you need not to pass any value here. So you have to just run that cell, it will just create an object C, and then after getting C, what you can do, you can just apply any attribute, like C dot radius will return what, the radius of that circle. So radius equals to 1 already defined, so it will return 1. Then if I do C dot area, it will return the area. So 3.14 into r square, that means r into 1 into 1, so it will just return 3.14. Then if we just call get circumference, now look at the difference here between attributes and methods. So when I was calling attribute, there was no parenthesis, but you can see when I am calling that method, there is a parenthesis, and inside that parenthesis whatever the argument you need to pass, you have to pass that. Since get circumference में कोई भी argument आपको pass नहीं करना है, so you have to just run that, and it will return the circumference, that means 2 into pi into r. So 2 into 3.14 into radius is already 1, so that means 6.28. Now let's see, we are just printing that thing. So whatever I am calling it here, I have just organized the things, and I have just used that print statement, and using that I have just print all of these things. So radius is 1, area is 3.14, circumference is 6.28. Now let's change the radius and see what's the effect that is going on the circle object. So you can see what I am doing, C dot set radius equals to 4. So what I am doing, C dot set radius. Set radius is what? A method that we have defined inside that class, and inside that you have to pass a argument. So value of that attribute, new radius. So whatever the new radius that you want to change, so let's say पहले radius 1 था, now you want to change that to 4, so you will pass the value of 4. So if you just pass the value of 4, and again if you print all of these things, whatever you have printed here, what should it return? So since radius will be getting changed, so instead of 1, so radius will be 4, and area will be 4 into 3.14, so pi r square, that means this is the value, and then circumference 2 pi r, this is the value you will getting. So you can see now, using that method set radius, you are able to change the radius of the circle that you have already defined. So you have already created an object C, in which initial the radius of the circle was 1, but using that set radius method you are able to change the radius to 4, and if you have changed the radius to 4, according to that the area will be also getting changed, and the circumference will also return according to the new radius, not the old one. Now again I am just showing you that whatever the methods or attributes that are defined inside that class, अगर उस क्लास के आप ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट कर रहे हो, लाइक स्मॉल सी इज़ द ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ सर्कल क्लास, सो आप स्मॉल सी पे सारे एट्रीब्यूट्स लाइक रेडियस डॉट एरिया एंड देन द मेथड्स डॉट सेट रेडियस एंड डॉट गेट सर्कमफ्रेंस ये अप्लाई कर सकते हो. बट इफ़ यू आर हैविंग एनी अदर ऑब्जेक्ट्स ऑफ डिफरेंट क्लास, लेट्स से बी इक्वल्स टू स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट 4 and 5, so this is what, this is list, and this is the ऑब्जेक्ट दैट आर क्रिएटिंग इनसाइड दैट लिस्ट क्लास. सो लिस्ट एक क्लास है, उसके अंदर आपने एक ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट किया स्मॉल बी. सो लेट्स सी आई एम रनिंग दैट थिंग. सो स्मॉल बी इज द ऑब्जेक्ट दैट यू हैव क्रिएटेड. नाउ इफ आई अप्लाई डॉट सेट रेडियस मेथड ऑन बी, so what will happen, it will return an error. Why? Because b is defined inside the list class na, and whatever the methods that we are defining it here, set radius and get circumference, that are defined under circle class. So हमने इसे अभी अभी define किया circle class के अंदर, and it is not any inbuilt method that is present inside the Python. So अगर आप उसे आप list पे apply करोगे, so the object that are created inside the list class, so that will definitely get an error. No? List object has no attribute set radius, so it has no any attributes that are having the name set radius, or there is no any method also inside that list. So that is why it is giving an error. Now next we are going to look at the OOPS properties. So what is OOPS properties? So like object oriented programming system has a different properties like inheritance, polymorphism, then encapsulation and abstraction. So these are the four major properties of OOPS concept, but we are not going to look at here all of those properties because I am teaching you Python in perspective of data science. So data science के perspective में like all of those properties are not much of importance. One thing that is important is the polymorphism. So हम लोग सिर्फ polymorphism पे ही focus करेंगे यहाँ पे. And if you are curious, if you want to know about all of those properties, you can just Google out, or you can just check the many videos that are already available on YouTube. So you can just go through those videos and it will be clear. But I am going to cover the polymorphism concept. So let's start with polymorphism. So as we have learned that while function can take different arguments, methods belong to the objects they act on. So whatever the function we define actually वो किसी क्लास के अंदर नहीं होता है. सो इट डजेंट मेक सेंस कि अगर उसी ऑब्जेक्ट पे अप्लाई करोगे तभी अप्लाई होगा. सो इट कैन टेक डिफरेंट आर्गुमेंट, बट व्हेन देयर इज़ अ मेथड दैट बिलोंग्स टू एनी ऑब्जेक्ट्स, सो उस ऑब्जेक्ट पे ही आप अप्लाई कर सकते हो उस मेथड को, एज आई ऑलरेडी शोन यू दैट थिंग. In Python, polymorphism refers to the way in which different object classes can share the same method name. So focus on this line. Different object classes can share the same method name, and those methods can be called from the same place even though variety of different object might be passed in. Now obviously definition से आपको clear नहीं हुआ होगा, I know, but just have a patience. मैं example के through जाऊँगा and all the things will be cleared. But what I wanted to point it out here that polymorphism is made up of two words like poly and morphism. So poly means many and morphism is actually means forms. So it can take different forms. That means the same method name can be called on different objects. So that is why it is given name polymorphism. So let's directly jump into an example and it will be more clear. Like let's say I'm defining a class car and I've just initialized the same thing, whatever the class we have defined earlier, the same class I'm defining here, but I'm just reducing the attributes. So we are passing it here only single attribute company. So self.company equals to company. Now I'm defining a method. Okay, so inside that class I'm defining a method that is called company name. And what it returns the name of the company. So whatever the attributes we have, the value of that attribute will be returned. Okay, so let's define it. Similarly, I am defining another class that is called truck. So there is no much difference, like the same thing I am defining. Here was a car class and here I am defining a truck class. Now inside that truck class, the same company attribute I am passing, and there is a method name company name that is same as the company name which I have defined inside the car class. Now inside the truck class I am defining a method that is having same name. So what I am returning it here, the same thing, self.company. So company name of the truck is self.company. So आप जब object create करोगे, whatever the value that you will be passing, that will be returned here. So let's see, इसको भी define कर लेते हैं. Now you can see I am creating two objects. कार क्लास के एक ऑब्जेक्ट मैंने क्रिएट किया विद स्मॉल सी कार, एंड देन ट्रक क्लास के भी हमने एक अदर ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट किया दैट इज़ स्मॉल ट्रक. सो द कार स्टार्टिंग विद स्मॉल के सी इज़ द ऑब्जेक्ट दैट आई एम क्रिएटिंग ऑन द कार क्लास दैट इज स्टार्टिंग विद द कैपिटल C. And what value I am passing? Data value. That means whatever the attribute that you are initializing it here. So आपने जो भी पैरामीटर पास किया कंपनी, उसका वैल्यू आपको पास करना पड़ेगा because you have not defined any value it here. So when creating an object of that class, you need to pass the value of that attribute. So you are passing Tata as a value for that company in car class. Now again you are defining another object, the truck, starting with a small case t for the truck class, and the value you are passing is the Volvo. So the company name of truck class is Volvo, but for car class it is Tata. Now what will happen if I just call car dot company name? So what is happening here? Company name is the method. Now this method has been defined inside two classes, different classes. So which method it will call, this one or this one? It will call this one na, because whatever the method that you are calling it here, dot company name, you are calling on which object? A small car na, and a small car is the object of car class. So it will go inside that car class, and उसके अंदर आपने टाटा वैल्यू पास किया है, so it will return company name of the car is Tata. Now again if I call the same method name but on truck object, now it will go inside that class. Why? Because this truck object has been created through the truck class, so it will go inside that truck class, and उसके अंदर जो भी मेथड है कंपनी नेम उसको कॉल करेगा, and it will return the company name, that means Volvo. So the company name of the truck is Volvo. So you can see now here we have a car class and a truck class, and each has a dot company name method. That means both classes have the same method name, that is called dot company name. And when we call each object's dot company name method, it returns a result unique to that object. Okay, so this concept is called polymorphism, because using that same method name, if you are applying that method on different objects, it will call the method of different class, not the same class. So it depends that on which object of which class you are calling that method. Now there are many ways of using that polymorphism property. So I have shown two different ways to demonstrate polymorphism. So you can just apply a for loop. So there is no like any concept that I am showing it here. I'm just showing different ways of using that polymorphism property. So here I was just printing, but what you can do, you can just create a for loop like for vehicle in car comma truck print vehicle dot company name. So that means it will create a loop, and it will take first car, then car dot company name, it will return company name of car is Tata, and then it will go for truck. So truck, here vehicle will be replaced with truck dot company name, so it will return company name of truck is Volvo. So you can see using that for loop you are able to print the company name of each objects that are created from different classes. Another way of using polymorphism is what? You can use a function, like you can define a function dot like get company. So you want to define a function get company, and inside that you will pass the parameter, that means the value of that parameter vehicle, and you have to just print vehicle dot company. So when you call get company and you pass the argument car, so it will return car dot company name, that means company name of car is Tata, same thing. And then when you call get company, if you pass the value truck, so that means truck object will be here, that means truck object will be replaced with the vehicle, and truck dot company name will be company name of truck is Volvo. So in both cases we were able to pass different object types, and we obtained object specific result from the same mechanism. So this was about OOPS concept. I hope you have got that. So that's it from this session. In the next session we are going to start another concept, that is called errors and exception handling. So we are going to meet in the next session. Till then, take care. Goodbye.